Hey kids, this is what's called a medieval keep, and what that means, it's a castle that goes back 1,000 years in France, and we're going to go into it and have a look around. Here are some stairs going down, and Mima has found a friend. Who have you found there, Mima?
I have found the knight that protects the city of Loche.
And he's got a real sword.
We are going down to the dungeons, the torture room, unfortunately.
Mima is going down into the dungeon. Has a big door. I don't know if you can see this door.
Dungeon door.
That's the big bolt that holds the dungeon together. Mima is trying to close the door.
You can't get out now.
Can you look through the dungeon door, Mima? Down into the dungeon. Has a round roof on it. That's clever. And that's the only window. So Mima,
And you can see that in this area that Poppy's showing you, there were battles with cannons and archers and swords.
in this area right here,
It's very old.
1,000 years old.
And the soldiers used to be up in those big towers looking out to see if anyone was coming to attack the city of Loche.
And there's walls there. You can see that wall's broken up there. You see that wall used to be there, and you can see with that little angle there, that used to be the beginning of a roof of a building that came out this way, and it's since fallen down. Wow, such an old building. Look how old just even the doors are. And look at the way they open and close them. That's the lock. Can you see that lock? Won't move at the moment, but that's how it slides across so they could get out. There's some old cannonballs that they used to fire from their cannons.
This was a garden where children used to play, but if there was danger,
And they used to play with swords, so they'd pretend that they were the soldiers like their daddies were, and they'd hang things up here, and then they'd hit them with their pretend swords, and then
if there was real trouble, they would go and hide down in the caves.
wow, underneath the ground.
Yeah.
That's pretty special.
And the walls would protect them.
This is the walls around where the children used to play and have fun. Something that Poppy finds interesting is how they kept all of these walls built, because they made them out of really big bricks. Because these are really quite big, these bricks. If I put my hand on one, look, see, it's quite a big brick, but look what's holding it together. It's not like normal cement. Look, it's got, can you see, there's like little rocks in there, and they're using all those little rocks to make it nice and strong. So it's like the normal cement that people use to make brick walls. They've made it all strong with little rocks in it. And you can hear people speaking French. Can you hear them speaking French? It's a different language. And this is the garden where the mummies used to cook up all of the little herbs and things so that they could cook nice meals. They used to look like they used to even make things like gourds here as well. Daddy knows all about gourds. Look, it's even pronounced. See, it's even written there, it's a gourd. Something else I find interesting, see how they make little circular rocks that sort of show this is strength that we're using to make a door, and then they use some square ones to make doors and windows, and they make some round ones. See up on the thing there, you can see on the tower where there's been some circle ones where there's been a window or a door there before, but if it was a door going somewhere, then the whole building that it was attached to has fallen down. Or if it was a window, they've closed the window up for some reason. That's interesting. This is inside the tower now, and they call it a keep. So it's like the castle tower. Shows you just how big it is and where those walkways were that are sealed up. You can see inside how they're sealed up. If we zoom in up there, you might be able to see how it's all closed up. We were looking on the other side before. And in this whole big tower where I'm standing now is where they used to have the cellar with all the food and water in it. And look, there's this big round thing here, and if you look down, it just goes forever down there. It's a really, really deep round hole. Wonder who built that. I'm climbing up inside the castle keep now, and look, here's some places where way back somebody's carved their name in there. And look, there's a window. Well, they called it, that's probably where they used to fire their arrows out of. This is something else that's interesting. In this tower, they're all different floors, but the floors have all fallen away, so you can't see them. It looks like a big hole at the moment, but you can see that that used to be a floor there, and that used to be a floor there, and that used to be a floor up there. And so there's many floors, and each floor had a fireplace to keep it warm. And you see they used to build a fire there, and then it used to go up there, which was the chimney. When you went up the next level, there's the next fireplace, and it went into the same chimney hole. And when you went up to the next floor, there's the next chimney with its chimney hole going up. Here's a little picture of what they think this room must have looked like, with the torches on the wall and the windows looking out. Can you see that that looks a bit like that? That's one of the windows where they used to fire their arrows out with their bows, because their bows could fit in the hole, and they could fire the arrows out at those people who are attacking the castle. I've gone up another level, and here's the view that they could see from out one of the windows that they could also fire arrows from. You could see out around where the external of the castle was. The person who used to live in this castle was a very good man, and he used to worship Jesus like we do. And this is the chapel that he built. So he built like a little church chapel in here. Can you see how it would have been? Where he used to put the cross and have the window behind. These are the steps that they used to walk up to go from one level up to the next. See how they go around the corner? They're quite steep steps. And they always went around this way, because that way the people that were defending the castle could come down and get their swords with their right hand. That's a lot of steps, isn't it? So this is from the top of the castle now, looking over on another, what they call a chateau, or a castle over here, from medieval times. That's the rest of the town, and there's the dead centre of the town over there. They had a good view from up here to defend the castle, didn't they? This is where they used to keep people closed up in like a little prison.
Oh,
Big steel one.
actually, it says on the note it was just for sleeping in.
Just for sleeping.
They weren't left there all day, just for night times.
Just for night time.
Keep them safe in there.
Huh. And what do you think that bucket was used for there? The bucket.
What do you think, kids?
Let's see what's on the other side. Oh,
Oh, I see what it was for.
and that's what it would be like being inside here.
That's a pretty good, it's got its own ensuite. See, there's your ensuite, your bathroom.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's pretty
Not
good.
bad.
And if anybody wasn't looking after themselves and they were running away, what do you think they did with this? They put that chain on them and held them in the one place here.
I did, it's very heavy.
Very heavy. You couldn't run away with that around your leg, could you? No. And I've no idea what this thing was for.
That's to measure how high they were.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep.
Okay. And if there were prisoners that were fighting with other prisoners and not being very good, this, when they'd be saying, you've got to go to your room, this is the room they had to go to.
And it's a little room.
Very little room in there, isn't it?
And they got bored, so they drew pictures on the wall. See? You see the
Yes.
pictures they've drawn on the wall?
Mm.
So they had nothing else to do. See, look. So in French, we're going to say goodbye. Au revoir, and we're going to say we love you. Nous vous aimons. No? Je t'aime.
Je t'aime.
I love you. Je t'aime.